Do you like it?
Hell no, to the no, 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 yeah, to the no.
The movie opens up and we get introduced to Frankie, played by Vivica A. Fox. And it's a pretty typical day at work for her at the city bank until she spots a familiar face. And I know you ain't supposed to judge a book by its cover, but you can just tell by the look on old boy's face that he ain't up to no good. The guy goes by the name Darnell. He walks up to her counter and sure enough, he on that bullshit because he pulls out a gun and demands for Frankie to get him some money. But she refuses, so Darnell and his homeboys signal each other to hold up the entire bank, and things go left quick. We cut to Frankie being interrogated by the police, and this scene always annoyed me because it seemed as though they already had their mind made up that Frankie had some kind of involvement with the robbery, all because she was from the same hood as Darnell. I mean, you can't help where you grew up from, but they viewed it as a birds of a feather flock together type of situation, and that sucks for Frankie.
Look, sir, I am aware that
Stop!
I'm aware that I did.
Now! What's the procedure when you're being robbed?
The procedure has been told to me over 1 million times.
Well, why is it if that procedure has been told to you, why didn't you follow the procedure?
Because he had a gun.
I'm afraid, Miss Sutton, we're going to have to let you go. The fact that you knew the perpetrator doesn't sit well with us.
Wait a minute. That's not right. I haven't done anything wrong.
What happens the next time one of your friends robs the bank? How do we know you're not in collusion?
Let me tell you something. I am here at 8:20 sharp every morning. I work my ass off until quitting time.
She had every right to be mad. She pretty much gave her entire life over to that job, and they couldn't even return the favor by doing a thorough investigation. They just fired her like she was nothing to them. We cut to the next scene and a view with the house party being thrown by Stoney, played by Jada Pinkett Smith. Hey, I'm just playing. Don't slap me, Will. It's a 70s themed party for her younger brother Stevie, who's about to head to college. Everybody seems to be having a good time until Stevie gives Stoney a look and they head inside. And that's when he drops the bomb that he won't be going to college because he didn't get a scholarship. She tells him not to worry about it and that she'll try to figure something out. And Stoney better than me because I would have been pissed. Not because he didn't get the scholarship, but because he waited so long to tell me. Like, boy, I'm spending all this money on this party when I could have been saving it for you, or I could have picked up some extra hours at work or some, and you just sitting around the house lying and shit. Ain't got a job or nothing, just sitting at home watching your life pass by. I would have been pissed.
You're sitting on the couch, you're watching TV, and your life is passing you by. You keep procrastinating over and over. Well, maybe I'll go to school next year, or maybe next semester. No, do it right now.
We cut to the next scene and all the ladies are at work when their boss Luther comes in and starts verbally harassing them. He especially go hard on TT, played by Kimberlyelise.
Who you supposed to be? Goddamn mighty morphin' fucking Power Ranger? What you gonna do? I'm docking her pay. Why don't you just take your broke ass home? Otherwise, shut the fuck up and get back to work.
This man must have lost his mind or something. He was going crazy on them, but he'll get his soon. After he leaves, Cleo, played by Queen Latifah, informs the ladies of Frankie's firing. We then cut to the police station with Detective Stroll and Detective Waller. They're going over all the surveillance footage of the robbery when Detective Waller notices that one of the thieves who escaped had a unique haircut design with the letters AP. Now remember that for later because it's going to be very important. It's now the next day and the ladies are chilling in the neighborhood when Cleo brings up how her partner Lorenz got away with 20 G's from robbing the bank and suggests to the ladies that they should rob a bank as well, you know, with them all being broke and whatnot. Stoney and TT laugh it off, but you can tell by the look on Frankie's face that she was ready to rob a bank right now. Y'all know she just got fired and she got all that anger building up inside of her. She ready to let it out. So I get it. While the ladies are talking, they see Nate creepy ass walking up. Stoney goes to talk with him. He tells her about how much she can make at the car dealership and she asks him for an advance for her situation and he agrees, but only if he can get something from her, and I think we all know what that is. This scene was actually pretty sad, and it showed me that Stoney would do anything for her younger brother, no matter how degrading it may make her feel. She sees it as a sacrifice on herself in order to give her brother a better future. So it makes me so mad when we get to the next scene and Stoney gives him the money for his tuition and he tells her that he didn't even get accepted.
Look, did your sister come through for you or what?
I didn't get into UCLA, and I'm not going because I didn't get accepted.
Do you have any idea what I had to go through? Do you?
And to top it off, he didn't apologize to her for lying or nothing. He just walked out. Yo, people be so ungrateful sometimes, it's crazy. After Stevie ungrateful ass leaves, he goes to visit Lorenz. While there, he notices Lorenz's haircut, and if you remember earlier, it's the same haircut as the man in the surveillance video. Stevie likes the haircut, I don't know why. But Lorenz asked his girl to hook Stevie up with the same ugly ass haircut, which didn't make sense. It says AP. Why would Stevie get an AP haircut in the back of his head? Ain't no AP in his name, but I digress. And I honestly feel like this was Lorenz setting up Stevie. He knew that the police was hot on his tail and he had this unique haircut. So he set Stevie up to get the police target off his back, and it worked because the target quickly went on Stevie right after he left. As he was walking, police officers spotted the back of his head and ordered him to get down on the ground. And as he's on the ground, he reaches for the bottle that he had in his jacket, and the officers thought it was a gun and shot him to death.
Get down! Get out! He's got a gun! Wait!
Stoney hears the gunshots from inside and runs out, and it's a very sad scene. Not gonna lie though, the petty in me was still mad at Stevie for what he did to Stoney, but I was also still very sad that he died. We now see Frankie trying to convince the girls to rob a bank, and TT is scared, but Stoney agrees, and you already know Cleo was with it, so the plan is set. Stoney and TT head inside the bank to get a feel of how their security is set up. While checking it out, Stoney runs into a bank manager named Key. He asks her if she needs anything, and she lies and tells him that she would like to open an account. But turns out Keith ain't trying to help her open no account, he trying to He asks her for her number, but she declines. She instead takes his number. Okay, so it's now later that night and the ladies are working when TT comes in with her kid because she didn't have a babysitter to watch him. She sits him down away from the area that they're cleaning and goes to start working. While they're working, we see the son go to do what kids do, get into some stuff. Unfortunately, the stuff that he gets into are some of the cleaning solutions, and of course, this ends badly. Fortunately, the doctors say that the baby will be okay, but then TT gets a visit from Child Protective Services. At this point, all the ladies have lost pretty much everything. Frankie lost her job, Stoney lost her brother, TT is getting her son taken away from her, and Cleo, well, she just a lost cause. So with nothing to lose, they come up with a plan to rob the bank.
Look, if she draws from the right-hand clip, she's setting off the alarm.
I say don't give me any bait money. If you come out that right-hand clip, my gun is going in your mouth.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Now with the plan set, they head to the gun range to boost their skills. Cleo manages to get them some guns from her friend named Black Sam. Now with the solid plan and some weapons, they head to this bank, and I guess the plan wasn't that solid because look at them. You can tell from a mile away that they finna rob a bank. They look suspicious as hell. Man. And then they had the nerve to get dressed in the bank, just sloppy. TT and Stoney have second thoughts, and TT ends up backing out, but Frankie with all the shits and set everything off.
I ain't feeling this, Frankie. This ain't right.
Okay.
Everybody get down on the ground right now. Put your hands up. Move back. Everybody. Let's to the door. Come on.
So the robbery was a success. The ladies are happy that they just got away with 12 grand in 60 seconds. They start splitting the money evenly, and this upsets Frankie because she feels like TT shouldn't get paid the same amount as everyone else. And this is when TT finally stands up for herself.
She ain't getting a cut.
Look, Frank, I ain't for your shit tonight, all right?
She didn't do nothing, so she ain't getting nothing. Forget it.
Frankie, I don't want your money. Now, if you want to kick my ass, then come on, let's just get it over with, because I am sick of your shit. I need that money.
It ain't you I'm mad at. Damn. I'm sorry I was tripping.
We cut to Stoney going to Keith's house for their date. She takes him to a local black-owned restaurant, and as they engage in conversations, they quickly realize how different they are from each other.
You ever been to New York?
No.
Have you ever been outside Los Angeles?
No.
School.
B school.
Business school, I'm sorry.
I wanted to go to business school.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What, financing, marketing?
No, typing and bookkeeping. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that not professional enough?
It's just hard for me to believe that you're this hard. Those beautiful, pretty brown eyes. Are you cross-eyed?
No, your head is just small.
Now we see the detective still analyzing the footage, and as they get clearer close-ups, Detective Strode sees a resemblance of the person in the video to Stoney. He goes to tell his boss, and he gets some pushback.
Wait, do you remember? They're real suspects. Do you remember the headline? Innocent student killed by cops?
Of course I remember that.
And now you want to bring in a sister based on the fact that she knows someone who may be friends of a bank robber?
You're goddamn right that's the reason.
What the hell's wrong with you, Strode?
We cut to Cleo living her best life and whatnot when the ladies come in. Turns out Cleo ain't been to work in a week because she's still so high after the money she just got from robbing the bank. But if I'm being for real, after they split that money, it was only $3,000 each. That ain't enough to stop showing up to work. That's regular income tax money. Hey Cleo, get your ass up and go to work. But nah, Cleo and Frankie want to rob another bank. Much to the dismay of Stoney, and things take a little turn.
All right, Louise, you take Thelma over there and y'all go rob another bank if you all that.
Fuck you! I know you ain't finna back down on us now that we need you. I want some more motherfucking money. Need to get that gun off my face.
Raise a gun to me again.
Man, she slapped the shit out of her. But we cut to another night and we see Detective Strode stalking out when he catches Cleo, Frankie, Stoney, and TT together. We cut to the ladies at work and Stoney and Cleo make up and apologize to each other regarding their incident. Now that the ladies have all made amends with each other, they move forward with continuing the robberies. However, this one doesn't run as smoothly as the first one.
A minute and a half! Come on!
Big hero, let's go!
Okay.
Get ugly up in here, ladies and gentlemen, not today. Don't look at me. Turn around. Hey, you, keep... It's Cleo.
After they successfully robbed the bank, they take the money and hide it in one of the vents at their job. And boy, was this a mistake. We cut to Stoney visiting Keith. They're about to go on a date and she decides to put on this ugly ass outfit. Before they leave, there's a knock at the door and it happens to be the police.
Yeah, can I help you?
Yes, sir. A blue Lexus was stolen from the garage this afternoon.
Boy, Stoney hopped out the way so fast. So on their way to dinner, Keith realizes that Stoney look a hot ass mess and detours the driver to stop at a clothing store and they hook her up real nice. This looked much better than what she had on before. The event is filled with a whole bunch of stuffy people who Keith worked with. Nothing special really happens at the party. All the action happens when they get back to Keith's place, if you know what I mean. Now we see TT, Cleo, and Frankie heading to work when they find out that a new cleaning crew is there and that Luther is no longer in the cleaning business. And they immediately know something is up and goes to the vent where they stash their money. And surprise, surprise, the money gone. So they head to Black Sam to let him know and he tells them where Luther is and they pull up on him. They raid his motel for the money. Then Luther retaliates by holding Cleo at gunpoint, but that don't work out too well for him.
My money. All right, bro.
After TT kills Luther, they grill the prostitute that he had about the money, but she don't know nothing. So they tell her not to say nothing about the murder and take her ID as collateral. The next scene we see Cleo is out with her girl when Detective Strode scoops her up for questioning, but they put so much fear into that prostitute, she was like, I ain't saying shit.
Luther Morris?
No, it's not her. You see her. The person that killed Luther Morris.
Now with Cleo out, all the ladies know that the police on them hot, like the Kardashians on the black man. So they make a plan to set up one last robbery and then leave town. And this was possibly the dumbest move they could have made. If you know the police on y'all backs heavy, shouldn't the last thing that's on y'all mind be to commit a crime? Especially in the same city, it would have made more sense to drive to another city or state and do it there, then flee the country. But they all dumb as hell. I can't believe how dumb they is.
Oh, you are so dumb.
You are really dumb.
We cut to TT visiting her son, and this scene hit different once you realize this was the last time her and her son would be together.
I know you have a court date tomorrow. Good luck, Tishawn.
Thanks, Miss Wells. You think everything's gonna be okay?
I'm sure it is.
It's sad as hell, actually. So now we see the detectives showing the bank employees footage of the robberies so they can be aware and more proactive. And while looking at the footage, Keith notices Stoney is one of the robbers. He doesn't say anything, but he got that damn I got played look on my face. But you can also see that he still cares about her. And then we cut to the ladies heading to the bank to rob it, when Stoney calls Keith and tells him to meet her at the restaurant that he took her to, because she doesn't want him there when she robs the bank, because she actually cares about him. Okay, so boom, the ladies pull up to the bank and it's showtime. As the ladies are robbing the bank, Detective Strode and Waller, who just left the bank, get a call informing them of the robbery and quickly head back. At the bank, TT is collecting the money while Stoney and Cleo have everyone at gunpoint. Cleo greedy ass tell TT to go back and collect more money, and that extra time going back to get more money was likely their downfall, because when they try to leave, they're stopped right before they get to the door by the detectives. And as they're trying to calm the ladies down, some punk ass officer come out of nowhere and starts shooting at them and hits TT. Oh, I got so pissed when I seen that. Like, what the fuck you shooting at? Can't you see they trying to de-escalate the situation? You don't shot poor TT. Damn, TT. So of course this causes all hell to break loose, and the ladies grab TT and hop in the getaway car with Frankie. They stop to get into another car and Stoney tries to keep TT awake, but unfortunately it was too late.
I could use a banana flambe. Remember those banana flambés we had that time at that restaurant?
Stoney, we gotta start it! Come on! Let's get her! Come on! Come on!
God damn it.
After they lay TT to rest, they embark on this wild ass car chase. They on TV and everything. They ass is famous for all the wrong reasons. Cleo rides into a tunnel and tells Frankie and Stoney to run out while she lets the cops chase her. Stoney and Cleo do one last hug, and you can just feel the emotions because they both know this is the last time that they're gonna see each other, and we know it too, and it's like, damn, this how it's gonna end, huh? So Cleo takes off and Stoney and Frankie run out of the tunnel. They also share their last hug and run their separate ways. We then start following Cleo's chase scene, and man, y'all just watch it for y'allself. It's too much for me.
Step out of your vehicle. Your hands in the air.
Yo, this scene was executed so perfectly, from Queen Latifah's acting, the cinematography, and that soundtrack to top it off. Man, give everybody their 10s. We didn't see Stoney sneak on the bus, and I always wonder how she snuck on this bus. Don't they verify tickets and seat numbers on these charter buses? I don't know, but she made it on, so I guess not. And now we move on to Frankie's final scene, and this scene get on my nerves every time. Take a look.
Wait!
So, what's the procedure when you got a gun in your head, huh?
What's the fucking procedure when you got a gun at your head?
Boy, this scene makes me mad because I wanted better for Frankie. She started off the movie. She set it off literally, and to give her this weak ass death scene was kind of insulting to me. Because did she really think that they was gonna let her run away after putting the gun to the detective's head? Her death scene just didn't make sense, and I hated that for her. She deserved better. R.I.P. Frankie. Damn. As Detective Strode is going to Frankie's dead body, he notices Stoney on the bus, and surprisingly, he lets her go. He probably figured that that's the least he could do. Shit, he took away her brother and her friends. He knows she ain't got nothing else. Might as well let her take that money and start a new life.
It's what she deserves.
So now Stoney has made it at a motel with the money, and she's reminiscing about all her loved ones that she's lost in such a short time span. And then Missing You starts playing in the background, and everything just hit different. If you don't cry on this scene, something wrong with you. She collects the money and her dress that Keith bought her. And speaking of Keith, she gives him a call. She doesn't say anything at first, but he immediately knows it was her.
Hello.
Stoney, I'm glad you're safe.
I am.
The movie ends with Stoney driving away in her new whip and starting her new life. Now that's what you call a classic. Set It Off still hit to this day. Not too many movies can give you the emotions that you had when you first saw it. And it's a true testament of how creatives work. This movie had a ton of messages and themes throughout that I want to bring up. The first one being the common theme of black folks not having their voices heard. We saw this at the beginning of the film after the first robbery. When Frankie's boss heard that she was familiar with the robber, him and pretty much everyone else singled her out as an accomplice to the crime. They didn't even run an investigation. They didn't question any of her employees about her character. They only saw two black people who were from the same neighborhood, and they boxed them in as one and didn't give her any type of fighting chance. And honestly, I feel like she had a good lawsuit on her hands. That should have been the route she should have took instead of robbing banks. We also saw this with Stevie. Now yes, he did get that ugly ass haircut that Lorenz had and put a target on his back, but when the cops spotted him, the way they took him down was completely unnecessary. He wasn't committing a crime or nothing. He was just walking by himself, and they went all apeshit on him. He's a young man being surrounded by the police. He was scared, and when he tried to tell them about the champagne bottle, they just started shooting. They didn't even give him a chance to speak his piece. Another theme that was heavy throughout the film was grief. The whole film was basically about grieving. Frankie was grieving with losing her good paying job at the bank that she worked so hard to keep. That loss which led her down the road of crime. TT was already a struggling single mom, so when she lost her kid to the system, it broke her because he was all she had. And it's sad that the only reason that she even considered robbing the bank was to get more money so that she can get him back, but she never lived to see him again. My only question now is, where the daddy at? His ain't shit ass, he ain't show up the whole movie. Now Cleo, we didn't really know much about Cleo, but I do think that was intentional. She puts on this hard facade, and that's likely her hiding all her pain and trauma. Cleo was an out masculine lesbian in the 90s, so I'm sure she faced tons of hardships like discrimination and harassment from not only outside people, but maybe even her own family, which is likely why she had such a close bond with the girls and her girlfriend. She viewed them as her new family. And as for Stoney, she lost pretty much everything. Except that money though. She lost her parents, her brother, her best friends. She can't see her man in person. And she had to change her identity, so she lost her name too. She ain't even Stoney no more. Shoot, we don't know who she is. But I feel like I've been rambling enough. That's my recap of Set It Off. If you made it to the end of this video, I would really appreciate it if you gave me a like and subscribe. And until next time, peace.